And welcome back once again. If you have kids headed to college, here's a chance to get some bucks in scholarship money. In 9 years, the Joye Law Firm has awarded more than $100,000 in scholarships, and they're giving out more this year. Ken Harrell with the Joye Law Firm is here to tell us more about the application process. Before we get into that, kudos for Joye Law Firm for doing this. I mean, this is probably one of the few law firms that I've ever heard about in the local area that does this. And you guys step up to the plate, and you're helping to continue to build good citizens so that they'll be getting out into in the public and everything and doing great jobs.
Yeah, it's been great, Tom. This is our 9th year, as you noted, and we have 6 $2,000 scholarships every spring. The last couple of years, we supplemented that with a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the year for a Scholar Athlete of the Year. But we've met some great kids. I mean, it's been a lot of fun for all of us involved with it at the law firm.
Tell us about the application. Is it tedious? Is it fairly easy? How do you go about doing it?
Well, I guess it's in the eye of the beholder to maybe the average 17, 18-year-old kid. But no, it's fairly simple. You can go onto our website, joylawfirm.com/scholarships, or you can call the office at 554-3100, and we can direct them in the right place to get it done.
Put that in your speed dial, 554-3100.
Right, that's right. But there's a component of it, you know, we asked them to address the dangers now of distracted driving, texting while driving. You know, years ago, we would see that a lot of the most serious accidents, you always thought of drunk driving and DUIs. We still see that. That's still a problem.
Someone impaired some way or another.
Correct.
Yeah.
But the distracted driving has become, it's clearly causing more severe accidents now, in our opinion, just based on what we see, than the drunk driving. And so we asked the kids to do something creative. It used to all be essays, but they can do a brief video. But something creative that addresses the dangers of distracted driving.
How did Joye Law Firm get into this with awarding scholarships to some local folks?
You know, I was at a conference about 9 years ago, and I had a buddy of mine in Charlotte that talked about the program that he had doing something very similar. And I remember coming back, and at the time Reese was still alive, who founded our firm. And Reese, Mark, and I sat down. I said, you know, this is something we can do. And they agreed. And I said, yeah, it's a great idea. And like I said, you know, it's one thing to have something that you feel like you're giving back to the community, but when you're also having fun doing it, and we've all, you know, we have a big dinner for them in June where we bring all the winners in, and we've met so many really nice people, the parents, the kids. Some of these relationships have lasted for years, so that's made it easy to continue it.
What sort of scholarships are available this year?
It's 6 $2,000 scholarships. Any South Carolina senior can apply, and most of our winners, you know, we've got offices here, Myrtle Beach, Clinton. We're opening one in Columbia here in a few months. But most of our winners have been from the Low Country because this is where we've been located for close to 50 years now. But we've had winners from around the state. But we always, of the 6, you know, typically 4 or so would be Low Country kids.
Without giving away a name, tell us about one of the applicants that was just so interesting that got a scholarship as an example.
Well, there's one family that sticks out in my mind. It's a Goose Creek high school family, and we had a very impressive young man who won it, and then a couple of years later, and we always changed the committee at the firm in terms of who's picking the winners. And lo and behold, it was the same family, and this was a single mom who was raising 3 kids on her own and had some financial challenges that she was overcoming, but has just raised 3 of the most impressive kids. In fact, the youngest child, I think, will be a senior in a couple of years. I wouldn't be surprised to see another winner from that family. And that's a good example. The young man ended up going to Clemson, majoring in engineering. And at least once a year, we can count on him sort of stopping by the office just to say hello and let us know how he's doing.
And a lot of those kids, young adults that get those scholarships, you'll see them. It's not mandatory, but you'll see them giving back to the community in due time as well.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. A lot of good people out there, and a lot of good kids. I mean, we always hear about the bad things, but there's so many really impressive kids doing good things in our community.
So once again, got about 10 seconds left. How can the folks put in for this application once again?
joylawfirm.com/scholarships. We'll call 554-3100. And the deadline's coming up. I think it's April 1, so act quickly, but we'd love to get
got about a week left.
Right.
Ken, thank you very much.
Thanks,
for
Tom.
what you guys do over there at Joye Law Firm. More coming up after the break, so make sure you stay with us.